Let's talk about protecting your videos with lower third graphics. Colin.
Yeah, we just talked about all this sharing on all these great sites, getting thousands of views. People can take that embed code and they can share it on their blogs. And Dig, you can share it with all your friends. Well, you want to protect that video a little bit. There's two reasons why we put what's called a lower third. You can see it there in the yellow. It's Tom's Amazing Public Speaking website name. The reason we do this is, first off, it's advertising. It's branding his business so people can tell where to go and why the video even is there. But secondly, if someone shares this with all their friends, they're not able to steal the content and pretend like they made the video, because you can't erase that thing. It's embedded in the video itself. So it's always going to be there. So if people do share your video, which is what we're encouraging with all the social networking, you look at all the advertising you're getting when people spread that around. So, we want videos to go viral, but we also want some protection, and we also want the advertising. That's the whole point of all this.
Yeah. Now here's the good and the bad about having a lower third. Colin already told you all the good stuff. It protects your video. It brands your video. This also will show up in a thumbnail when people are searching for other YouTube videos, and if yours comes up in the results, they can see the lower third in there. And YouTube actually just brand new information. They just updated YouTube to now have thumbnails be high def thumbnails, because they were blurrier before. Now they just started that feature, so you can read detail now a lot better in these thumbnails. So a lower third graphic is even more important. Now, we always get a lot of questions as to how do you put this graphic up here. Well, it goes beyond the scope of this webinar, but I will tell you we use video editing software. And the software that can do it is not insanely expensive. It's for under $100. And we can give you some recommendations on the software that can do this for you. Now, here's one of the bad things about this. Just because it's up on the screen doesn't mean it's clickable. Nobody can click this and go to your website. They can see it, and that's great, but the only way they could go to your website is to type this in, unless you have it in the description box. But let's say you don't have it in the description box, and if the only way somebody would be able to go to your site is to type it in. Well, there's lazy people out there like me that don't want to type, and you've just lost a customer because you didn't have the clickable link in the description box.
We're a click-happy society. That's what we're used to,
So the best option is to have a lower third graphic and the description link as well, and then you cover both bases. Another question that we get sometimes is, should I leave the graphic up the entire time? And absolutely yes, we do it for Tom. Every once in a while, if it's really a long video, we might not leave it up the whole entire time, but we have it come in periodically. But if it's for anything lower than 10 minutes or 5 to 10 minutes, if it's shorter than anywhere in that range, then we leave it up the whole time. And again, that goes back to making the thumbnail. YouTube makes thumbnail images out of its own algorithm. You don't get to choose. You get to choose 3 of them, but you don't get to choose exact frames. And so if it's up the whole time, you're guaranteed to have that on your thumbnail.